Well, hello everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. I hope you are ready for today. We're bringing the MD-11 back early. That's right. Sometime this month, maybe next, FedEx will resume service with them. So they say. These inspections, replacements, and fixes they have to do, you know, obviously we know why. November 4th, back 2025, a horrific MD-11 crash. However, compliments of Flight Sim, we are able to fly one today. We are headed from Memphis to Manchester, New Hampshire. I actually saw something like there may have been a flight already, but if anything, it would have been a test flight. And I'm not even sure of that. You know, with Facebook, it could have been one 10 years ago for all we know. I still love Facebook for the people. Look, this B-2 skidded off the runway at Whiteman Air Force Base. Here's the Google map of it. You know, that Google map has been out well over 10, 15 years showing that. Well over. So I find that hilarious that people actually think this just happened yesterday. No, it didn't. Most military bases are so dated, it's pathetic. But I'll give you another good one. Bagram Air Force Base, or Air Base, in Afghanistan, showed a C-17. Actual, it did happen 10 years later, still in Google Maps. Now, I think it's finally gone, because unfortunately, we're gone. So, but I know there's things that go on behind the scenes. I really don't want to know, but I kind of a little ticked off we left it. So, but, you know, who are we? So, but hey, that's not this flight. This flight is Memphis to Manchester, MD-11 freighter. And, oh, you know what? I forgot to turn something on. I saw it and didn't think about it. There we go. We'll get the MD-11 update going. What that is, and it's just a text that comes up for those of you here in Twitch, letting you know that this aircraft is now updatable. Before, you know, we had to wait for an announcement that might come years after. Sorry, being a little facetious there, rotate. Months, no. Letting us know there's a new one, or a friend telling, hey, did you know they're at this version? No. And I signed up for updates. So, but anyway, you can now update it through Skunk Crafts. The big thing you have to do, and I probably need to look before, yeah, I did. I would have definitely got myself. For those of you on Twitch, here's what you can do. It's in the chat right now. You just need to go to the org store, add the files they show at the link I gave you, put those in if you have both the passenger and the freighter, put them in, and you'll be able to update it as they update it. Because let's be honest, after what we went through, 4.0, 4.1, I hope they update things. Same with Flight Factor. They love to drag feet, and boy, do they upset people doing that. And hey, to their defense, their products, their company, as a chief I used to work for in the firehouse once said, it's their company. They can lose it how they want. So, you know, it's up to them what they want to do. I always loved that. Actually, it was your job. You can lose it how you want. But anyway, and it technically is a true statement. And you know what? Let me get rid of that. I just realized I had the poster still up. Oh, man. It's going to be... It's been a while. So, actually it hasn't. It's only been since, what, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. Quick update, by the way. Yes, the BAE flight from LA to Fresno was abysmal. However, ended up fairly decent on my account of flying. However, I flew some testing since then. I think I know what I was doing wrong. So, and I told you it was a me thing, not a them. So, all right. I wanted to bring that in so people know. And yeah, you can be expecting another stream of that someday soon. All right, enough news, enough updates. It's time to go fly with Mike. All right, the MD-11 from Rotate in XP12.4.2. I am very hesitant here of updating to 4.3 beta 1 with all of the troubles we've had through this X-Plane 12.4. I am a lot more cautious. I know we've had other issues down the line, but none that were as vicious, in my opinion, as what 4.0 was. And granted, it may have been something that needed to be done. There's better ways than what they did, and it's probably costing them quite a bit. So hopefully things get a little better. So, but that's why I'm not in the new beta. That just was horrible what we've been through, and we'll see. Now, rumors are about, and I'm going to stress in big exclamation marks surrounded by air quotes. X-Plane 13 has rumored to be announced. When? I've heard late summer. We'll see, and it'll probably be just like X-Plane 12, where we can get a pre-release and be the guinea pigs for them, which is great because that gives them a multitude of systems. Let's be real. They only have a finite amount in their offices, where we have an infinite amount of whoever buys it. There's a lot behind it. I'm not going to get into the rumor mill too much, but again, keeping that on your mind, it is rumored to be out there. When we'll get our little grubby paws on it is your guess, probably as good as mine. Many of us, myself, probably in that camp, will have to get new video cards, which probably means new computers, because the video cards are bigger than the computers these days. So we'll have to, you know, talk to our wives and significant others about taking over another space of the house just for the computer to fit in. Just kidding. But it's gonna, they have gotten, these video cards are unbelievably huge these days. So, and for what they do, I get it. I mean, it's almost a computer itself inside it. So, all right. So, just wanted to put that out there, get that kind of sizzle out there for them, and hopefully up and running. All right. Oh, and by the way, with that announcement, just realized something. XP12 has been out 4 years, folks. 4 years. To me, that's amazing. And another little side note, we're in XP12.4.2. We know .3 is actually out there with a beta. XP11 went to 3.55, I think it was, 5.1, 5.5, somewhere in there. So you can see where the differences lie. So, and boy, did we get a lot with this one. So, I mean, the weather, improved sceneries, and we can expect the same with what's coming with X-Plane 13. All right, but that's not getting this plane in the air, so let's get to work. All right, as you can tell, we are powered up for the most part. We got a couple things left to do, plus put the route in and all of that. So let's get to it. All right, so you heard the check of the emergency broadcast system. Pratt PT6, and yet still very few admins available. I'm sorry, I didn't read the next line. My apology. Add-ons. Define. There's a lot of add-ons out there. Are you talking free or payware? I mean, there are a whole lot of add-ons for this, X-Plane 12. May not be aircraft we've been hoping for. That's with any sim. Sceneries are just dynamite. I don't know, but everyone has their thoughts about it, and I think they've done a good job. You got to look to a lot of developers who do that, not wanting to. Spyware, especially scenery. I did it again. Payware. Oh, I think I hacked up both my lungs. Yuck. Sorry about that, folks. Couldn't get to the mute button quick enough. Yeah, I mean, again, it all depends what you're looking for. Most add-ons in other sims, we'll put it that way, are payware. Where here, a lot are actually free, although you got to add a lot of stuff to bring it up alive. Sorry about that. My biggest critique is I wish the scenery development here in X-Plane, if you're going to do it free, include what needs to be in it, not expect us to go out and find it. And let me add that, payware. I have run across some payware that required that. So, but I can tell you the same thing goes on in other simulators too. So yeah, I mean, I get that. It's been a problem from day one. Scenery. I'm just gonna leave that there because that is I'm gonna say it in a weird way, a me issue, a you issue, what you want. Me, I'm happy. I don't, what's here, I'm happy with it. I know they're going to improve it with the next sim, as long as rumors I've heard, which Microsoft did in the early days, not of what you all are knowing of today. I'm talking days long gone, way before 98, 2000, 2002, way before that. I hope we don't go that route. And I understand if they do, why they do. So, but hey, let's get this plane going. We can chat in the air. All right, so we did the power checks. I need to get the EPU air on. There it is. All right, once everything clears up here on the air panel, we'll get the Airbus 11 up and going. Okay, everything's clear, so the packs and all are on. So here we go. And we'll test the CVR. I barely see the needle moving. Let's see if we zoom in, we see it any better. A little bit. I can. Hopefully you all can. The bigger the screen, the more you can. Anyway, that's again a me you issue. All right, so we got that running, emergency power to arm. And by the way, made mention about the BAE 4146. Following the checklist was part of my issue. So if you fly multiple planes out there, get a checklist of each one so you don't miss steps. And I'll show what we're running here. Okay, let's get down here, get this McDo going. Okay, FMC till May 14. What is today? May 9. Okay, oh boy, I should know that. Oh. All right, company route for today, KMEM going to KMHT. So let's do it phonetically for those of us in aviation. Kilo Mike Echo Mike, Kilo Mike Hotel Tango. Put it up here. We did not set up an alternate route to Boston. That would probably be more likely vectors. But that is our alternate today. We'll get a quick look into this flight here in a second. We do not have charts for our location, so we'll just have to go with it. Flight number today is FDX. Now, my call sign on VATSIM will not be the same. FedEx Express Virtual, as you know, they've changed rules on me, and I've been here over 10 years, and they forget to let me know. No, I'm just a little grunt pilot like everyone else here. I don't own it, don't run it, not a hub manager. I'm just a pilot. I come across new rules. But I have a fun time. Folks, this is a fun airline to fly with. So if you're looking for one, this is one to look at. All right, so we got all of that information in. Let's go up top here and start the hydraulic check. All right, if you open a cover, close it. What that does is gives you 2 chances to screw up. And if you're in flight, it'll give you 2 chances to screw up. Because, say for instance, I turn off, trying to think. Say the battery. Okay, that's probably not going to affect the flight all that much because everything else is running. However, just because I hit the button doesn't make it happen, like AC here or APU power and all of that. You have to click it twice. So they're good guards to help protect you. I have actually done it once. And thankfully it was one of the guarded switches and that took care of it. So if you open a guard, close it. If it looks like this, close it. All right, the test is on. And we'll press hydraulic on the Airbus 11. And all this is doing is charging up the hydraulic system and then working through the different alarms to make sure they're available, like when it went to yellow here, draining down and so forth. So it's just doing a test for you. I recommend maybe doing it. It could be that one thing that makes the plane fun to fly in more ways than just relaxation. They're going, what the heck am I doing wrong? All right, so after that, let's get down, get our comm radios already done for us. Compliments of Captain Mike here. So basically get your frequencies in here. I would start with just Unicom and the guard frequencies. If you're going to fly VATSIM, you need both. Then, when you're ready to push, look and see if ground or tower or approach or center or maybe delivery came up. But the big things with this aircraft, for me and with X-Pilot, make sure that when you're here, we haven't done this in a while, so let's take a look at it. You want the top half of X-Pilot up here, okay? You want the TX, the RX, and the RX to light up. How do you do that? Very simple. VHF1, VHF2. Turn them all the way up. I recommend that to start. Push the buttons so that they light up. Now, I know in the sunlight right here, it's hard to see, but they are lit. And they will then, RXs will light up. VHF1, VHF2. Now, also make sure Mode C is green. How many of us enjoy hearing the controller say, squawk Mode C, please, squawk something. And they say it over and over and over, and the pilot says, I am. Well, obviously you're not, because you would have needed to move your transponder at least to exponder. They can't tell if you're in TA or TARA. But they can see the Mode C. So that's how you get it. So switch, turn it from standby to whenever it goes green. And then the controller will be happy. All right, hang on so we don't get an echo off it. Gone. All right. So we've got the comms set up. Glare shield is next. And we'll just go right into it. Let me kind of swing over. We haven't talked the flight yet. Let's do a quick pre-flight because that's all we get now with Elevatech behind it since Sim Toolkit is still lagging. Hang on, I gotta fix that. Resume tracking and click to our route. Now, I do know Indianapolis Center is up. If you were paying attention, you would have seen that on the X-Pilot. Here's our simple route into a lot of rain. So hopefully that blue is rain. Marnov, welcome aboard. Welcome in, sir. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Oh, coffee in the veins is always good. All right, let's look at this flight real quick. I'm trying to think, who did I follow? Hang on, I think it's going to be... I did. All right, so hang on. Okay, so the weights are correct. 423, 521, 483, 863. Yes, we're in pounds. And no, I'm not going to kilograms. They screw me up every time. It's a 2-hour, 17-minute flight for 1,000 miles at flight level 350. And yes, we have loaded that on for fuel, 62,342 pounds. This aircraft does operate under a cost index, so 90 is the number. All right, so, oh, I know what else I wanted. Hang on. Let's see, KMEM. I could get it another way, and I didn't think about it. Right there. All right, so we're looking at 2986. So let's get that in here. Whoops, I think I went one too many. Yes. Okay, checking. Okay, we'll have to set this one. And for the fun of it, okay, I'm just going to hit every key button I have. 2986. All right. Now, finishing up that up here. Now, if we're in Europe, we would want to be in HP, getting our QNH via 1011. We're not. We're here in the U.S. We're going to set our minimums to 400. Oh, that's going way too slow. Okay. And we're going to, hang on, let me make sure. Heading is on the mag. Yep. And bank angle. All right, you want to make sure this is in auto. I personally am a little scared of auto sometimes. It looks like it overshoots and kind of S's its way on course. Now, if you only got 5 miles to go, you might miss it. I haven't had that too badly yet. Boy, that could be bad if you have to, if it comes back around because it missed it. Shouldn't, but you never know. These are sims. All right, and our final FMS setup. All right, so let's get back down here and finish it up. All right, we need our cruise level. We said flight level 350. 350. Okay, the rest of these here, if you're curious, say you're flying from Memphis to Stansted in London or Frankfurt, Paris, Anchorage, you're gonna do what's called step climbs. You're gonna start at initial when the aircraft is projected to be at a better weight to handle the flight level. You will then step the airplane up to it. Some simulations did it automatically. In the real world, the pilots would request, tower or center would oblige when they said they could. But anyway, moral of that is you put each one of those in. To London, you could very well do all of these boxes. And you just put them in. And what it's going to do inside these little magic boxes is adjust the fuel so that you make sure you have enough fuel in the beginning. So it's stuff you will not see. It's stuff done by, don't mind the guy behind the curtain. It's that guy doing all of these calculations to make sure you're right. And do not forget your cost index. I did that once and couldn't figure out why things weren't doing what things were supposed to do. Checklist. All right, and now we'll go to, now again, this is like a McDo. Why do you think I'd call this the Airbus 11? You think Airbus, and this airplane starts falling into the pieces you're unable to understand. When you think of it like an Airbus, it like opens up a little bit. This right here, the FMS, call it a McDo. It is just like an Airbus McDo. Difference right here. We use performance, the perf page for takeoff calculations and all of that. Here it's the takeoff page. All right, so think of it that way, and it really does help. If you do fly multiple planes, you start seeing the similarities real quick. All right, so when the checklist tells you to, oh, we got to put the flight in. You know, that would be nice. Oh, wait, I already did. We got to put the runways in, though. All right, so we are going to go first off and check our weights. So click the page button. You got 3 of them. We only need to go here. Now, there's a couple of things here to make this step in the checklist easier. You see these bigger items here? Those are filled in because when you set the aircraft up, by the way, this is the checklist I'm using. Back here in weight and balance. Okay, you go through, you get everything set up, you get your Mac to the 30 to 31%. As you can see, I'm at 30.4 right here. Hang on a second. So there we go. You get it right. Oh, doggone it. Saitek is still up. Killing me. Killing myself. I'm killing myself here. There we go. All right, so you get all of this set up. By the way, this is the checklist we're using. Okay, get your Mac to 30 to 31%. You have a couple of options. Apply weight and balance to aircraft only. The word only would really help there, wouldn't it? That's okay. Not a big button there. Apply weight and balance to aircraft to FMS. So what it's doing is saving you a couple of clicks by pushing that data into the McDo. Okay. So that's what was pushed in. Otherwise, you'd either click here or enter numbers. Cool. Let's go to flight plan. And let's go to Memphis, SID. How many of you all just noticed that is exactly how Airbus does it, minus terminology? See what I'm saying? It really does. Hang on a second. I thought I did this already. Okay. Okay. That's what I get for thinking again. All right. Oh, what are we? Okay, we're... Oh, there we go. So currently the ATIS real world. I work off real world unless VATSIM comes up, and then I'll fall in line. Here, you know what? I'm going to try to do this and try not to leave it in front of your face like I've done so many times already today. All right, here's the ATIS message. Okay, winds 280 at 7 as of 43 minutes ago. 25,021 degrees here. Beautiful, beautiful. Simulated visuals to 36 left and runway 27. Departing runways 36 center, the longest, and 27. VATSIM loves to say, we are not going to use the FedEx runway of 927. That's too complicated. Well, it's not too complicated in the world, because they use it all the time, and they're probably going, thank God we have that runway, so that all of those aircraft up north can get funneled in and out of here real quick. Anyway, and then all the notices and all of that. If it was raining, there would be FICONs, friction condition indications of the runway. How slick is it, especially winter time? So a lot of good stuff should be there. Now, if they omit it, then you got to go look at the NOTAMs to make sure. But I'm pretty sure it's a dry day there. So I'll give you a look at that here in a second. All right, matter of fact, let's do that real quick. 17 is not in use. Okay, what's up? And they'll give you things like density, altitude. Wait, they don't have a real one there. All right, so say intentions we'll work with. Currently, they're not even giving the weather. Currently in Manchester, we're looking at light rain, 10-mile visibility, winds 210 at 3. Huh. I don't know about you, but I don't know what competing airports in that area would have priority to make it 3.5. We're going to go with 1.7 to the chagrin of this. All right, but let's start in Memphis. Oh, I wanted this. Okay, so we're going to start in Memphis. Go Tez 7 departure, but we got to get our runway 27. Oh yeah, we're going to rock the boat. Where's Go Tez? Oh, we're still one off. Go Tez 7, click. Transition Diab, click. Again, real quick, here's charts. You're going, what in the heck did you just do? All right, let's kind of come down now. Narrow our focus. First off, we're going to change. There it is. Change to. All right. Now, what that did, if you didn't notice, see, they wanted you on 3.6 center or the other, so you could do this long around and out. See, if you just do this, then they vector you twice and you're direct. I think that's where some of the issue is. Okay, so I think you can see all of this. Yeah, so you can see there's runway 27. This is the McDo's version of manual, meaning vectors. You're going to be turning the aircraft until you're told direct. You set the direct, then you go back to FMS and it'll go direct. by the way, real quick, let's look at this departure. It is an RNAV departure. MD-11 obviously could do that. 27, we're going to, let's zoom as much as we can in it here. All right, we're going to climb a runway heading 273 to 860 feet. Then continue our climb to 2,300 feet. Or as assigned by ATC for radar vectors to Doug, then on to Gotes. Initial climb, 5,000. All right. In here, they've actually set a lower altitude, 2,300. Other ones, as you can see, do not have that. Only runways 9 and 27. The rest, you climb, and they will give you clearance to flight level whatever. However, your maximum climb on takeoff is 5,000 feet until they clear you higher. And that's when you get to hear RNAV so-and-so, RNAV this one. You're cleared for takeoff, RNAV. You don't get that on this. It's climb on runway heading 273. So, and then we'll direct Doug. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in the arrival. So let's get up here. Rozzy to arrival. And you know what I forgot? Hang on, let me look real quick. Coming in Smythe, okay. Or Smith, depending how they want to pronounce it. Okay, so we're coming in here to Quinn's, Loose, Flies, Fisher, Rozzy. Now, we are setting up for 17, so we're going to land to the south, which would be out here to Purple. And then we'll intercept and come in. Okay, again, you will most likely not land on 6 and 2-4. Most likely. Unless you're talking Newark, then you might see some heavies venture onto it. We're not getting into the news of the week with that one. Woohoo, that's kind of scary when you think about it. And if you're not familiar with it, real quick, Newark, they were landing. Now, how many of us are familiar with Newark? Raise your hands. That many. Okay, well, this could be tough then. Normals are 2-2 and 4s. That's your normals. You take off on the 2-2s or land on the 2-2s, land on the 4s and 2-2s. This turnpike they're talking about, call it an interstate, is running around the airport, okay? When you come in on 29, the runway is very close to that turnpike, to where aircraft are indeed lower than you really expect. In this case, lower than I think the pilot expected, because he clipped a light pole, which is what hit the truck. However, the wheels were, I mean, within millimeters, if not micrometers, of hitting that truck. I don't know why a heavy was on that runway. That's way out of my purview. It's like, I mean, I get it. It's 6,000 or 7,000 feet long. 6 would be, I mean, pushing it, but 7 gets a little more respect to it for a heavy. Yeah, it's, anyway, the videos are out there. Enjoy them. And I have now, I believe, the video of the trucker rolling over because of the incident is real. I actually thought it was AI. So, anyway, real quick on that. So that's our arrival. Now we're going to be landing 1-7. So let me clear the chart. And we're going to click select. This is something you can do with Navigraph charts. Okay. So from purple, you can see we have an RNAV and an ILS, and we can take a look at them. So from purple, we can go to Lilac, Blissum, Blum, and come in at Blum, which would be, what, 7 miles out. That's one of the shortest ILSs I think I've seen on here. That's reminiscent of RNIP approach. And that's a little long, but still. But that's potential what we do. I think it was this one. Oh, my allergies. Oh. Yeah, see, now this is an RNIP. And now Ordi puts you in, what did I just, oh, I know what I did. Ordi puts us in 4 miles out. Oh. We'll do the ILS. Okay, so we'll look at it again, purple, we'll just click add to route, and here's what it did. Now, I am going to check and see, we don't have anything popping up yet with Boston. They might throw an ATIS out there for us, which could change, but we'll see. We can do these things in flight. Okay. Wow. Okay, so let's plan this in now. Oh, sorry for that, folks. Let me back out a little. I'm going to do a quick check as we're going along. Okay, Doug Diab. Oh, I'm sorry, Doug Goes Diab. Okay, Yaki, Lucy, PSB, Yaki, Lucy, Parkersburg. I always forget H&K, Smythe. All right. Just making sure. Oh. So we'll do the same thing. MHT star 17, Rossi 2. We're coming in Smythe. Oh. Up there it is. Okay, I think it did it automatically. We're going to look. Hang on. Charts last time. Okay, so we're going to click insert. Now it picks up just like Airbus, right at Smythe or Smith. Quince. Hang on. Okay, Smith, Quince, Lusick, Flies, Fisher, Rossi, Newcomb, Purple. Ooh, it did not. All right, so we saw one little issue here, LYLAC. So we'll plug it in. Blossom, BLSSM. It's best to do this now than en route. Blum. BLUUM. Yo, yo. Oh, I missed one. All right. Now, will it let me? I don't know. Oh, it did. And then our runway. Okay. And then finally, there's our run to Boston. Okay. And that takes care of that part. Let's get rid of that part. And let's rapidly get into the next section. Okay. From here, we now proceed to that infamous takeoff page. Let's go back over here. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I was under the impression there was a performance. Let me just check the McDo's. Huh. Okay, I can't remember. So we'll go the standby way. Bear with me 1 second here. Okay, we're at KMEM. I'm just going to use SimBrief, so bear with me. Takeoff weight. All right, that kind of was not cool, but that's okay. Okay, again, runway 27, takeoff weight. Oh, are you kidding me? All right, we'll get you another way. Okay. Okay. So we are going at this 58. Packs will be on. Actually, I'm not going to worry about that field slope. Down 0.4. So, just like Airbus, DN 0.4 diagonal wind component. HD 7. outside air temperature currently 21 Celsius. Okay, flaps setting will be 15. All right, and we're coming in with good numbers, 143, 158, 166. Looks good. Stake trim 4.8. All right, we're done with this. The only thing left to do now is the middle panel here. 10,000. We'll go for 35, heading wrong way, 273. All right, now 250's good. All right, traffic data, VOR. Okay, and anything else? Range. We'll push out for that one. A little bit for that. Okay, I think we're ready to go into engine start. Woohoo! Okay, one last look out here, folks. All right, let me get the ground power. I highly recommend turn it off at the panel first, then the EFB. Should just see chocks. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's start this thing up and get going. Windshield. Oop. On. Beacon on. A car's coming on. Start. Let me just look at that real quick here on okay, let's light this firecracker up. I'll be so happy to get through allergy season, and then I'll be ready for the next one. Okay, emergency lighting armed, seatbelts on. APU air on generator, good, and good. Wait, this after start. Call better pushback.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Shocks off. Okay, aux pump 1.
All right, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Exponder, and I will use B this time. Now, there is a way to make these the graphical type, not the gauge, round gauge. I did not like that. I really wish I knew where the...
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Yeah, it's right here. Well. All right. Oh, wait.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, and with that call, let's light them up. 312. Okay, real quick check.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
All right, and
we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
all right, thanks for the pushback. One of the many free utilities here with X-Plane. And this one, better pushback, is one of the really, really outstanding ones out there. It does far more than the default pushback will ever do. Okay, we're lighted up. And he's away. The mouse will play. All right. Okay, transponder. All right, let's head up here and start shutting down the APU. Okay, okay, we'll verify flight controls here. Hang on. All right. Setting the trim or stabilizer to 4.8. Hang on a second. Now let's take a look at the engine. APU still coming down. Okay, 4.8. Let's set the parking, or the spoilers are up, flaps. All right, flaps are an interesting animal here. If you've seen any streams on this aircraft, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're not your usual just move it to these positions. You actually dial a flap setting in over here. You'll use the tab here to go up and down so that your next setting after slats goes to it. Good, bad. In my opinion, I'm not a MD-11 type rated pilot, so it very well may be good. But setting it to say 20, we'll just say, if that's what the flap setting calls for. Just realize when you're coming in on approach, now this is takeoff we're talking, you're going to now be at 20. So you're going to go from basically just slats to 20 degrees flaps and 15 more to final out. So you got to watch your speeds. You can overspeed, I could see real easy on this. Again, a Piper Cessna Beechcraft pilot, single engine, trying to describe a system like this. Okay, it's complicated, and I get that, and I'm sure that complication helps it. All right, we've done all that. State trim set, auto brake set, takeoff data. You'll do this several times. Okay, 143, 158, 166, max 250 to 10,000. We're set and ready to taxi. Just doing a quick. All right, let's get the frequency then. .CTAF KMEM 19.7. Memphis common traffic, FedEx 811 heavy, and the FedEx area taxi to runway 27. All right, here we go. Taxi light on. Wow, that really isn't a lot of flap. Okay, continuing before takeoff. Takeoff data rechecked. Auto flight. Click. Prof. Click. Nav. Okay, we're just about ready to take flight here. Okay, let's get boogly woogly in. All right, let's get the radar on. And let's proceed down the runway. Okay, 80 knots. Confirmed. 100, hands are off the throttles. V rotate. Positive brake, here comes the gear.
Stabilizer motion.
Okay, flaps. All right, we're going to go ahead and make it that turn. 360. Okay, spoiler handle down. All right, flaps up, and everything else looking good. And now we'll turn due east. Direct. Okay.
Stabilizer motion.
Right, there's 10,000 lovely feet. Just double check. All right, we are on our way to Manchester. See how it's doing that S? That I don't like.
Stabilizer motion.
All right, we are on our way. Just setting my checklist up. All right, just been fine-tuning some things as we got into cruise here, and I found my mic was muted. But anyway, we are currently on our way. We are at flight level 350. Here, let's take a look out here. Put it more in the center. And crossing over the Kentucky Lakes, headed for, or I should say Kentucky Lake or Lake Barkley, one of the two, and headed to Manchester, New Hampshire, for those curious. Not Manchester in the UK. Oh my God, my wife would kill me. All right, we are about to get into Indianapolis Center here shortly. I guess last night they had a Friday night ops up here in Ohio, and a lot of people enjoyed it from what I've heard. So hope you were one of them. We are just going to kind of sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Feel free to chat away in the chat room. Keep it clean, keep it nice. We're not here to bully or any of that. We're just here to relax and enjoy Saturday, Sunday time frames, to relax, reflect, and try to put away the stresses of the week prior. Pratt PTC and the tongue-tiedness of your host here. Pratt PT6. Yeah, the MD-11 always looks nice in the air. Again, it's still not one of my favorites, but I will tell you one thing that I do love about this plane. And if you, well, we all haven't been able to for what, nearly 6 months. The takeoff. If you ever get the chance to watch one of these take off, it's just amazing. They just, and it's McDonnell Douglas is something with McDonnell Douglas. They got to give it that rocket ship type takeoff, near vertical to about 2,000 or 3,000 before they begin pushing it over. Oh man, watching this thing from a distance and up close, just amazing. But again, not a huge fan of it, much like the airlines, but my reasoning isn't that I don't know, I just never was hooked on it. But it's a beautiful plane. Yes, it is. Also, if you did not catch the beginning of the stream, of course, if you're on YouTube, you did. One of the updates we gave is what's on the screen right now. There is a way to update your MD-11. Now, it doesn't happen often, but there is a way to do that. And for those of you on YouTube that just don't want to scroll down, because that just takes too much time, go to xplane.org. Actually, click on the link that's there. It'll take you to the post with the links to click. Click for your sim and your versions of the MD-11, or version if you only got one of them, because they do have both. Put those where it tells you to in your plug-in folder for the aircraft, and it'll pick it up at Skunkcraft and update you. I'm sorry, I think all you got to do is just add it to the aircraft folder. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done it. But yeah, follow the directions and you'll be able to update it when those come out. And with this update that came out with all of this stuff, you got the ability to put the tape look to the engine gauges. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I'll give you an idea. I'll show you. Because it's not something you have to do on the ground. You can do it in flight. All right, so use tape style. Just put the check mark there. Come back to the aircraft. Whoop, how about we go to the aircraft? That doesn't thrill me one bit. And that's why you see the dials still. If it thrills you, there you have your way of how to do it. It's like I said, you know, flight simming is one of those where, hey, to each their own. Some, you know, like that, some don't. Also, you can see you can put it in your username or ID. Be careful if you're streaming, because when you hit save, it doesn't go away. So when you come back to show this page, they can see it. So be careful. Now, having your... You think some of the Pratt Whitney birds use that tape display, Pratt? I'll be honest, I don't know. We saw the MD-80, both the cargos and the passengers, World Airways for the passengers. I don't think we had any other airline. And they would have been charter at that point, because the airlines abandoned this thing quickly. There are a lot of characteristics to this plane they just did not like. But boy, the freighter people, air cargo, boy, they grabbed them up at super cheap prices, and they flew on to the legend they are now. We saw the passenger and cargos. Fly Tampa was one of the bigger ones. Oh, I can't think of the other. So, but yeah, watching that takeoff, that was... Wait a minute, what are we doing here? Hang on. I'm like, why am I at... Everything else look good? Okay. Oh, we got traffic behind us. Hang on. Look, not that one. Let's take a look. Oh, it's parked, so... I'm not a big fan of this when they're parked. There's Indy. I knew they were coming soon. All right, let's get over to them. One, 2, 8, 2, 2, 5. Indianapolis Center, FedEx 811 Heavy with you, flight level 350. Really? And FedEx 811 Heavy is squawking ident. All right, got the initial there. We'll see if Cleveland comes up to fill the gap to New York or New York Center and then Boston Center. Oh, Boston Center has gone down. Oh, that is unusual. Wow. Oh, wow. Spirit Wings making a big trek to Detroit. Oh, man, I gotta stand. Ugh. Oh, Europe is beginning to wake up. Wow. A lot of flights across the North Atlantic tracks. I'm just using VATSPI to kind of spy out what areas of fun. Ooh. All right, welcome aboard. We are flying with Mike. We are headed from Memphis to Manchester, New Hampshire in the Rotate MD-11. Yes, the aircraft that has been grounded for about 6 months now, while the required FAA tests and replacements are put in place. No tests, checks, inspections are accomplished before they can take flight again. UPS has announced they will permanently retire the MD-11. And hang on a second. There, that ought to be better. I was hearing myself on one of my other devices. FedEx plans or has announced sometime this month, some speculate the end of the month, obviously, that they'll be putting their planes back in the air. We'll see. Hopefully they're not rushing, and of course I hope they're doing things per spec. Hopefully Boeing is, let's put it that way. And I can't speak for the other airlines, like, well, I don't even know if German, what was it? Lufthansa. Still has them in cargo. But anyway, they are coming back here within the next months. So, again, hope you enjoy. We're just kind of relaxing, enjoying the trek halfway across the country from Memphis to New Hampshire. And in the background, besides the music, is Indianapolis Center. So any questions or comments, please let me know in the chat here on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, please, in the comments. And love to help you out, help you with whatever you're having troubles with. As I had troubles with the BAE 146 from Just Flight, whole lot of troubles on the last flight if you watched. I have kind of narrowed it down. As you can tell, I fly a variety of aircraft between this one, 747, 737, Airbuses, that aircraft. Was that me? No. So where I've boiled it down to are use the checklists, because you're gonna forget something. And with some of these aircraft, there were some critical things I think missed that was helping to cause the issues. Plus I found out, you know, occasionally doing the come up here, click the options joystick, and go through the configuration. So, but yeah, we had a couple of successful flights with it. Very, actually, successful. So, yeah, checklists really help, especially with this plane. There's a lot to it. And that checklist relates to the tutorial flight. So if you fly them a couple of times, you start getting into the rhythm of what you need, but always use it as a backup. All right, we're at 35,000 feet, XP12.4.2. A little nervous to start up 4.3, and I know some people out there kind of like, ooh. I just got really kind of sick and tired of all the crash to desktops laminar caused with the way they went about updating X.12, and it's their company. They can do, what they need to in their ways. I'm just sick and tired of them, and that's why I haven't gone to 4.3. Normally, I like to stay up to date, but after that fiasco, I'll just kind of wait and hear from you all now. On our Discord channel is in the general section a question. Should I update or not? Or wait till it happens when they go with the release of it? So, we'll see. Update. Hang on, let me get the context for that. I somehow missed something, I think. All right. See, things are still going along just fine. We're flying from Memphis to New Hampshire, Manchester. And the Rotate MD-11. Over to Unicom, FedEx 811. Thanks for the ATC. Have a great one. And there we go. Off to we'll next be encountering New York Center. 12535. Let's get that programmed in just in case they're still up. 125.325. There. All right. I'll be right back. All right, we are on our way. We are, you know, I totally forgot to put that up there again. Dang it. Sorry, folks. Let you see how far out we are. We're about just shy of 50 minutes out. And Boston Center is not online. All right. Well, and I don't know if we're going to actually talk to New York Center or not. New York Center? Hang on. That's not the one I wanted. Definitely not the one I want. Where is what I want? Okay, this is just not working out the way I wanted. Oh yeah, we'll talk to New York. We can't hear ATC, by the way. Oh, really? Huh. Wonder why. Oh, I think I know why. Well, the good thing is they're Desktop Pilot Society. We're not on ATC. That's the good thing. Let me see. Let me bounce back to his frequency and see if we can't fix that en route. Let's see if there's another one to choose. Well, I don't know how to get it to work again. Other than to do the way I don't like.
Super Concord 5 would have you now. Squawk 4570, that's 4570, and ident, please. Concord 5, radar contact, call at 40 miles southeast of Owens. Cross 9,000, the Kennedy altimeter 2990.
All right, well, we'll just have to run that way in order to hear it for now. Appreciate that, though, Desktop Pilot Society. Appreciate that. We'll have to figure it out. Why I can't get that fixed in flight. All right, so again, the flight today is Memphis to Manchester, New Hampshire, that is, in the Rotate MD-11. And we're looking at about 41 minutes. I was just trying to double check my estimated time of arrivals. About 45 minutes away. So currently no ATC other than New York Center. They will turn us loose at Smythe, I believe it is. Actually, I may be wrong. Hang on. Let me look at VATSIM radar. Oh no, before Smith. Okay. All right. Now I am curious. Let's take a look here. Well, the radars are on and terrain is showing up nicely. The rain is kind of spotty. Okay, well, it's down there. You can kind of see the enhanced cloudiness ahead of us. So, should have a good flight in. Now, if you're looking for a virtual airline to join, this is a really good one to join. FedEx Express or FedEx Express Virtual I've been here over 10 years. I just have a great time. Great people run the airline, and great technology with FS Acres. They have an enhanced version, and just really good. So check them out at www.fedex.org I'm sorry. Let me redo that. www.fdxva.org. www.f as in Fox, D as in Delta, X as in X-ray, E as or Victor as or V as in Victor, A as in Alpha. fdxva.org. And if I haven't mentioned it enough, FedEx Express Virtual is who we are flying for today. Great VA, been with them over 10 years. Great people to work with in the management side of the house, as well as the pilots themselves interacting on Discord. We got a new website, updated ACARS system, and it's just an amazing airline. I still have I still look and go, wow, I've been here over 10 years. It's like looking at some of the other VAs and how long I've been with them because they are just so good. But for FedEx Express Virtual, wow, they are really good. They are not overbearing in rules. They just want you to have fun flying. So if you would, check them out, www.f as in Fox, D as in Delta, X as in X-ray, V as in Victor, A as in Alpha.org. www.fdxva.org. Stand by, I'll be right back. All right, sorry for that, folks. Had to stop my wife. She had either mud or a dog poop on her shoes doing some work in the yard. But anyway, we're high above, about ready to get called from New York to come in. High above the Rhine. You know what? Let's do this. Let's see how it looks. Can always adjust. I think we'll adjust. Oh, wrong adjustment. Although that's a great adjustment for people. How about we do that? So you can get an idea of what we're in. Yeah. Now, let me help set the stage a little more. So you're going, where are you? I'm right there, folks. Where you see the cursor, that's where I am. Now, if you want to, you can, oh, I clicked the wrong one. Click the cloud and none, and then you can see what you have ahead of it. Currently, we are in New York. Why is he not pinging us, or did he? No, he didn't. Or nope, I don't see him. I wonder, hang on, let me, wait a minute, I clicked on the wrong one. Let me get VATSIM up here. Well, I'm going to switch over and go and see what's going on. 125.325.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, Delta full mic.
Delta Square Mike, you're clear direct to Yazoo.
Clear direct to Yazoo, Delta full mic.
United 42, you'll climb out of my airspace and Boston's offline. No factor traffic, radar services terminate, and frequency change approved. Have a great day.
Over to Unicom, thanks for your service. Have a good afternoon.
Virgin 17, turn right, heading 050.
Turn right heading 050, Ward 17.
The Challenger 4 Lima Lima declaring an emergency. Right engine, we gotta do an in-flight shutdown. Request lower, probably in the 20s.
Challenger 4 Lima Lima, roger. Altitude your discretion. No traffic below you. So just advise the altitude you're able.
Okay, we'll drift down. We'll just start to flight level 260 for now, and we'll give you an airport in a moment. Stand by.
Challenger 4 Lima Lima, roger. Maintain flight level 260, block 360.
Alright, maintain block 260360, Challenger 4 Lima Lima.
Delta 4 Mike, you'll climb above my airspace and Washington's offline. No factor traffic for the climb. Radar services terminate. Frequency change approved. Have a good day.
Frequency change approved, Delta 4 mic. Bye-bye, thank you.
Challenger 4 Lima, actually stand by.
Well, we're halfway through our...
Challenger 4 Lima Lima, we're gonna probably head to Rochester, which is out of your airspace. You want to switch over to Unicom?
Challenger 4 Lima Lima, affirmative. You're re-cleared to the Rochester airport via radar vectors direct the Rochester airport. Present time, flight level 260, block 360.
Okay, clear to Rochester radar vectors direct.
Why not
block
Elmhurst?
260360, Challenger 4 Lima Lima.
Actually, Memphis 4 Lima Lima, descended, maintain flight level 220.
17 level 220, Challenger 4 Lima Lima.
And with 4 Lima Lima, you are out of my airspace. Unfortunately, unfortunately, because this honestly sounds like it'd be fun for both of us. Radar services terminate, frequency change approved. Good day.
Frequency approved, yeah, I guess we had random failures on, and I was kind of looking forward to going to North Dakota, but frequency approved, Chandra fully limit.
New York Center, speedbird P5 kilo, just reconnecting because we had a network disconnect just then and didn't realize, so I see we were about to leave your airspace anyways, but wanted to let you know.
Speedbird 35 kilo, appreciate you checking on. I'll be closing up momentarily anyway, so frequency change approved. Thank you for checking in, and have a great day.
All right.
Sorry,
Well,
internet just went out again there, but I wanted to decimal leave and have a good day for you as well.
not sure why they didn't ping us.
Virgin 17, turn right heading
Oh, well.
130.
Right heading 130, word 17.
United 312, descend and maintain 6,000.
Down to 6,000, United 312.
I want to try something here. Well, I got a few minutes to top a descent.
Actually, United 312, clear directly to his Echo. United 312, clear direct is Echo.
Direct is Eco for United 312.
Virgin 17, descend and maintain 2,000.
That actually looks better.
Descend and maintain 2,500. Word 17.
Virgin 17, you're 5 miles from buzzed. Turn right heading 190, maintain 2,500 till established. Cleared ILS approach, runway 22 left.
At 5 miles from Buzz, turn right heading 190, maintain 2,500 feet till established. Word 17.
United 312, we'll call it 20 miles from his Echo. Cross his Echo at or above 3,000. Cleared ILS approach, runway 22 left.
Alright, cross the Echo at 3,000, cleared ILS, runway 22 left approach, United 312.
United 312 at his Echo, contact Newark Tower 118.3.
At his Echo over to tower, United 312, we'll see ya.
Virgin 17, contact Newark Tower 118.3.
Newark Tower at 118.3. Virgin 17. Thanks, and bye-bye.
All right. Speaking of top of descent, let's take a look here. Looks like after Smith, but let's look and be certain. Okay, we need to be at 5,000. That is the only altitude that is solid. Oh. I just read, or... Okay, I was reading the chart, sorry. It's 210, 5,000 at purple. Expect RNP approach or ILS runway 17. Or potentially vectors to final, which we are. All right, so from 35, so 33s is 90. Let's go 100 miles from there. So that's 14 plus 3 plus 7 plus 15. I'm just doing the mileage here. 14. Okay, pretty much like it said, like I said, right around Smyth, S-M-Y-T-H, will be where the descent occurs. Currently looking at just under an hour ago, 4-mile visibility, light rain drizzle. A few clouds at 3,500, overcast 5,000. So guess what? We are coming in. Cat 1 ILS, and looking forward to it. Desktop Society, I saw that you chimed in. I have no idea how long it takes for them to do things. Just realize, you know, they're like everyone. They have lives, so it could take a day or two. I don't know what they say on the website anymore. But if you're looking to be rejected, that, you know, can't help you there. All right, so we got about a 70-mile run off of, is that Hancock? It is. Oh, man. Okay. Doing a little cloud surfing here as we get close to top of descent. Again, one more time before we start down, there is a huge update that came to the freighter and the passenger versions of this aircraft. If you want to stay up to date on the MD-11, simply click the link here in Twitch. I believe there'll be one. If not, I'll make sure there is in the YouTube description. And put the appropriate files in the aircraft folders so the Skunkcraft updater can pick up on it. And then you'll be able to update it. I thought there was a takeoff performance thing in it, so you didn't have to use SimBrief, but you always have that as an option. But there is within it, and did I turn it off or keep it as is? Okay, I'm on the dials, but you could switch over to the tapes. And by tape, I mean instead of seeing dials for all of these, you'd see up, you know, where it just shows you vertically what's going on. I don't like how they've displayed it here, and if it's real, I would want that option to go to dials. Because it just really mind-boggling. But that option is available. If you don't believe me, here, I'll show it again. It just doesn't look right. And I could be, like I said, way wrong. So, I personally don't like this format. So, but that's the cool thing with flight simming. We can set them up to our likings. All right. So, as you can see, we are not very far away. We're 44 miles from Smith and top of descent. We are coming out of New York Center, I believe. Oh, we are already out. And approach is taking care of that area. Still no Boston Center or anything around Manchester, so we'll just trudge it on in. I'm going to go ahead and get to CTAF just in case. .CTAFKMHT. Enter. Even though well, you know what? Let me see if I could have got it off the chart. Yep, I could have. And you're all going, what? Yeah, most of the time, your CTAF, and I say most, I'm sure there are exceptions out there, are very findable on the Navigraph charts. This is the airport, showing you the airport. We'll be parking down in here. Does it say where? I think FedEx goes here. No, it might be the one I'll have to look it up. I think FedEx actually goes here. So, but anyway. But yeah, this gives you a good... Yeah, you could land on the crosswind, but it's usually preferred to go for this one. But if you come up here to the frequencies, you'll see your ATIS, ground tower, Boston departure control. So if Boston approach is up, guess what? They're covering Manchester. Just a heads up. But here, the tower frequency, that is usually your common traffic advisory, also when the tower is down. And everything from ground vehicles to aircraft transmit on that frequency. And I know everyone's going, well, why don't we do that normally? Talk to the FAA. And potentially the airport operator. Why is a good question. Maybe, just maybe, I haven't read any of the reports. I've just been the lazy one and let YouTube fill me in. That could have averted catastrophe somewhere. I think you all know where. Anyway, because the two would have hurt each other. Anyway. So, here's our approach again. We're coming in from Smith to Quinns, over to Rossi, up to Purple. And then we'll get on the ILS. We're going to go up to Lilac, Blossom, and over. Now, if you want to do the RNIP, thumbs up. Good job. Take Purple over to Ordy, and then you'll fly in that way. Either way, you're coming in, like our route is going to bring us in at 7 miles. So we need to be at 2,500 feet, period. End of discussion. By Blum. Otherwise, we're going to be having a tough time getting down. And we got to be on that approach 4 miles, less than 4 miles out at 1,600 feet. So pretty fun approach coming. We're expecting a Mauser and Pappies. The Pappies should be on the right. I have come across in the sim where they're on the wrong side. And we can accept an RVR of 18 or a half mile of visibility. The METAR has to read above 200 feet broken or overcast. Pretty simple, straightforward approach. And then, like I said, we'll be exiting wherever, getting our taxi to Echo. I believe it's this first one that's FedEx, but we'll double check. But we'll be parking in one of these two south cargo ramp areas. Not the west, the south. Matter of fact, before I forget, let me go look right now. Yeah, I was right. The one on the eastern side is where we're going to head. But we may park it in that slot just because it allows for a bigger aircraft. All right, where are we? Top of descent. Let's set it. 5,000 feet. Down we go. All right, descent checks. Okay, nothing in the displays. Let's check our systems real quick. How about that? Auto ATC. Oh, thank you so much. Descend via the Rose to arrival. I was going to do the pick your nose one, but I guess that's what they want. Okay, status looks good. Windshield anti-ice, descent limit set, approach. All right. Now it's a game of watching speed. Okay, we are set. We are getting deeper and deeper into the clouds. So welcome aboard, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the flight into Manchester. We're about 30 minutes out. Correction. That's 9 minutes. We're about 10, 15 minutes out. Descending currently in. And I hope you enjoyed this flight from Memphis up to Manchester. If you have, and you're here on Twitch, hey, we'd love for you to follow the channel. If you're watching us over on YouTube, thumbs up. Love it. Have you aboard as a subscriber. So, thank you for flying with Mike. We're in the Rotate MD-11 freighter. Yeah, there is two versions, the freighter and the passenger. Today we're doing the freighter. We haven't flown this plane in quite a while, so hope you enjoy. Newcomb. Where's Newcomb at? All right, so Newcomb, we just need to be 9,000 to 7,000. Okay. We'll make it happen. All right, so here's what we're looking at number-wise. And you know what? I'm going to back this up over at SimBrief. Okay, we are going to go for 160 for the landing. We're going to need just about 8,700 feet of runway, and they've got us setting it at max. We're going to set it 3 or 4. Oh, we'll be at medium. All right, and let's go ahead, put this, I think the seatbelt sign can go on now. And we got turbulence, it looks like. Chewie, I told you to take us out of hyperspace. Scotty, bring us out of warp speed. All right, I am going to push this down one. I think I'm going to do the same on the other side. Little disappointed in the radars, but that's been life that they're still working with there at X-Plane. All right, so I hope y'all have enjoyed. Like I said, we're about 10 minutes out. Flight attendants, take your seats for landing. And looking forward to a pretty good landing here in Manchester. Okay, breaking into a layer here. Where are we at? 18,000. Current altimeter here in Manchester. Now over an hour old, 2995. Minimums. Okay, 200. Now, one thing with this plane you can do, well, first off, let's do this. We'll clear again. I know it'll come back. Let's go to the RadNav page. You notice how the ILS isn't showing up yet. So we could put it in or just wait. I know the just wait, you're going, what? Yeah, you can just wait. You're still plenty of miles out. We still got to go 7, 11, 24, and then the approach itself. So we're still out there a little bit. But if you wanted to, and I'll go ahead and do it. RadNav, ILS 109.10 diagonal 172. And India Mike November Alpha. Click it. Now you put it in. It would have eventually showed up, but now let's go back to takeoff. All right, let's get the beastie slowed down. And we can use speed brakes for that. All right, now where the landing in this plane can get a little tricky for the flight simmer. I have no idea where and how it was for the real guys. Is this auto throttle system. You will need to make sure to click the button right here, as well as that coming up right now. I went ahead and just turn off the yoke because, oh, now we get rain. But anyway, I take it away because it is kind of cumbersome. But yes, you can click the autopilot disconnect right here, but make sure to click it on the throttles. Or it might go into go around for you. All right, after purple, we need to go down to 2,500. How we doing? Okay. You know what? Let's go ahead, switch over. Now, Manchester traffic, FedEx 811 heavy, about to cross the initial fix for the ILS runway 17, purple. Okay, we're going to continue. Okay, you can see the ILS is now active. And all you got to do here is click Approach Land. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and kill the music. All right, and okay, we're coming into Blum. Let's go flaps 30 or 28. Hopefully we don't get the alarm. Gear coming down. Manchester traffic, FedEx 811 heavy on the ILS 7 miles out, runway 17. Okay, we're out of the clouds, but we do not have a runway in sight yet, which is fine. Now I've disconnected the auto throttle, so that's mine to control. Beginning, I thought, let's take a look one more time. I think we're getting some runway environment. That looks like Pappy's right there. I got the runway. Manchester traffic, 2 mile final, 17 in sight. All right, welcome to Manchester, folks. Looks like we used up most of the runway, even though we touched down, I think, just before the aiming point, which is actually not bad on a wet runway. So, and hang on. Manchester traffic, FedEx 811 heavies off runway 17 to the FedEx area. All right, we got a couple of things need to happen right now. Power. Off. We forgot to turn the lights on. No wonder we couldn't see it. Okay, and I forget what we got to set the stabilizer to. 3 units, okay. Okay, after landing, stay probe with the radar off. All right, here is the south cargo area where I said I'm going to probably park this thing. I'm going to go right here. I don't see. Not really sure why this spot is the way it is with. All right, there we are in the blocks. Let's go ahead, go to the overhead. It's on, APU on, lights off, off. Okay, we got the APU running. All right, so all right, welcome in. We are shut down. Transponder, let's get the seatbelts off. All right, and we should be on the APU now. We are. And there you have it, folks. Welcome again to Manchester. We'll take a look here briefly at what we did and go from there. So let's head over here to ground ops, throw the chocks in and the stairs. You know, they told me. I want to check this out. Oh, we didn't load the plane. Okay, that's why. Maybe. Next time I plan to hit that load button. They said one of the updates was the when they're loading the freight in, yeah, it comes into the plane. All right, let's take a look outside. Yeah, I don't know why the ground equipment, whoever drew this idea up. I like the thought, but man. All right, we are done. All right, let's take a look out here. Oh, I know what I want to check. Let me just use the aircraft menu. See how high up it goes. Okay, that's actually normal, but then they would lower it down to where it locks in place. But yeah, that way they can get, you know, right up to it in there. So there you have it, the MD-11 on a very rainy, soggy day in Manchester. Hope you enjoyed that flight from Memphis over to Manchester. It was actually a fun flight. We had some ATC, lost the ATC, never regained it through New York, but overall we had a great time. Now let's take a look at what we did. First off, let's end the flight with FedEx. Let's see, will it? Oh, it did. Okay. Hang on, let me make it a little easier for you. There we go. Add to it. Let's go ahead, get rid of the Elevatech. There we go. All right, so there's the ACARS system we use. Oh, what else is unlocked? Oh, I know what it is. I know. There we go. All right, so real simple. When you come in, you'll either click, first off, go to the website, pick your flight, and then come here and click start, or go to dispatch, type it in, click start. Here, I'll show you. Click request, puts the information here, come back, click start. Once the flight's over, click stop, and it'll tell you speed 150 feet per minute 7. Holy mac, that's got to be one of the best landings I've done in this plane. So yeah, nice, and nice. All right, and flight received. And then I always go back, check the website just to make sure it updated. And it did. I want to double check because they called it VFR. Yeah, it was VFR. So I wonder why it's. Oh, well, that's interesting. Still showing Triad as my last flight. Huh. Oh, well. Let me go back to home. As long as it says I'm in Manchester, I'm happy. Why it's not updated in my logbook is yet to be determined. Oh, maybe we clicked that button. Ah, click refresh. Oh, well. Anyway, it's in there, 7 feet a minute. We'll take it. Okay, well, I am going to get rid of XPilot as well. We're going to bring Elevatech in. Take a look at this, see where I think we landed before the aiming area, and I'll show you where that is. Did I get rid of the weather here? Huh. All right, well, you know what? I am not going to focus on that. We're going to go to flights. And you can kind of see how the approach was flown pretty decently. And we hit 308 feet a minute. They got us at 153. I'll take FedEx over this. All right. And we did land a little short. Probably about 800 feet down the runway instead of the 1,000 right here. And right on the center line. So that is amazing. Great flight, great numbers. Hey, great that you all joined us. I want to say thank you to everyone that was out there with us. And I hope you enjoyed this one. We're going to wrap up the stream maybe later today, tonight, maybe, or for tomorrow, maybe. Another stream could come. So if you click that follow button, that'll let you know when we go live on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, unfortunately, YouTube is not connected to Twitch. But if you click subscribe, you'll know when we post any new videos. All right, so I hope you enjoy the rest of your great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to those out there. Yours truly screwed up royally and thought next week was Mother's Day. So yeah, my everything went to So, all right. Hang on a second. Oh, well, do I have the alerts? Oh, I turned the alerts off. That's why I didn't get something. All right, well, we'll keep them off for now. Well, folks, you enjoy the weekend. We'll see you on the next stream. God bless, and we'll see you then.